The fiber processing setup that I have starts with a dirty paper plate on a dishcloth. There's the fiber that has been combed. And here is the fiber that needs to be combed. So pretty. This is doll fiber, by the way, so it's so soft. And these are my combs. I made them myself. Well, my husband helped. Shh. So, took a couple of paint brushes from the dollar store, and I pried off the brushes at the end and then sanded them. And then we put the nails in, well, drilled holes, put the nails in, and then I did a layer of super glue, and then I put duct tape on it while it was still wet, so that should be on there pretty good now. And yeah, 2-row combs, homemade, and they work, obviously. There's the proof. And I'll show you how I actually use them in a second. So, comb. Raw fiber that's just been washed, basically, after I sheared her. And then I just kind of slide it on. I like to use my the pad of my thumb, basically, to push it against it, because it kind of just slides off it instead of, you know, injuring me. I know some people just kind of actually like put the locks on like individually like that by hand, but I want to get it done faster than that, so that's how I do it. So what I do is I rest the comb against my knee, basically, and just hold it there. And then you want to start going like sideways from the tips in. So you start on the outer edge and you work your way in. It's kind of slow at first because, like, well, this fleece, the reason I'm combing it is because it's really matted. It's not actually all that dirty because it's a fall fleece, but it is quite matted in some spots because we have a really rainy summer. Oh yeah, I like to change the angle near the end especially, and kind of go back and forth to, I don't know, maybe it wiggles it off the comb. I don't know. But anyway, then I set that aside because this is all pretty stuck on here, and then I'll just kind of pull it off the longer fibers, and then I take off the little pieces that's just kind of matted. There we go. Yeah, so that will go into my carding pile. And this, and all the other stuff I pull off here now, will go into my felting pile. And the rest will go into my garden as mulch. Sometimes I'll go through, especially near the beginning, because it can be caught on places that, you know, aren't really all that bad. So like this, and I can go through this, and if it's not super dirty, I'll throw that into my my felting pile as well. Like this just got caught a little bit too far back, so I didn't catch it. That looks dirty there. Yeah, see, these are actually decent little locks that just are a little bit on the shorter side and didn't get pulled. So pull off that matted end, and that will go in the felting pile. And then we start round 2. And same exact thing over again. But you can already see how much it's opened up. And sometimes I'll actually go down a couple times just to really push it down the nails so that it doesn't like pop off the end. And then back to the one side, and then once it kind of pushes all the way over, like you can maybe see the angle of it, it's all going that way. Once it's kind of, to me, annoyingly that far, then I'll pull it back a few times with this opposite motion. And then down, and then back, and then forth, and then one more time, and pull it off. So the longer fibers, like, I'll catch from the outside, and those will go into the carding pile. And then any little fuzzes I pull off here will go into the felting. Oh, maybe not you, but the rest. My plants love it when I comb. Oh yeah, I just kind of tap it off because there's usually a lot of dust that can get kind of stuck to the wood at the base. So I just kind of tap it in between so I'm not combing dust into my bowl. I don't know if it actually works that way, but it's just kind of how I do it. Yeah, so it's a pretty mindless task. It's nice. I just sit and watch TV and listen to music. Yeah, you can see there's a little bit of some VM there. So that goes straight down, and I'll still pick off a little bit more for felting. I try to save as much as I can. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but... So actually, it's pretty nice now. You can see it's all nice and fluffed up. Now, if you were doing a worsted prep for spinning and you wanted some comb top, you would take from the tips and you would just kind of gently pull, or you would actually could twist this, put it through a diz, and then pull it through that. And then you just keep pulling and going through little by little until you have the entire comb cleared off. But I'm going to be putting this through my carder, so I'm just kind of doing it like this in order to have little handfuls of fluff that I will then be carding later. So that's why I'm doing it this way. But if you want the worsted prep, then that's the way I just showed you was the way to do it. Yeah, sometimes I find an entire lock that just got on there backwards. Yeah, sorry, I saw this, so I was picking around it. And the rest will felt and garbage. So there we go. There is the compost pile. Here is our felting pile from that particular comb session. And here is my little handful of fluff to go through my carder. So pretty. And it's crazy soft. Fin sheet, man. They have the softest wool. Voila!